Good morning. Oh, good afternoon. It's Barbara. And it is a beautiful day on my deck. It's sunny. It's sunny. I'm going out. Good afternoon. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Oh, look at that sunshine. Blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's supposed to go up to the like 78 today. And I'm very happy to have this beautiful weather. In the course of thinking about going away on vacation, I'm a little concerned. There are a couple of areas of concern. COVID, of course, is one. But the other one is that I have been very careful with my eating and have, that reminds me, I think I want to check my ketones and, I mean, really, really careful. And it's starting to show. One of the side effects of my plan, and I do keto to forestall dementia, and I have been unbelievably careful since the visit where I slept with my mother and she got, I've got the hiccups, got up so many times. And and so I didn't sleep well, and I was laying there thinking, I really don't want my children to do what I'm doing. And I don't want Dennis to go through what my dad is going through. I really want to do everything I can to forestall dementia. Which I have to say has been very effective in keeping me conscious of my carbs and keeping my carbs way, way down. And the side effect of that is I'm also losing weight. I have, for, many reasons, gained back 30 pounds of the 50 pounds that I lost. 35. I mean, a lot. And anyway, so the side effect of me being very careful is that I am losing some of that weight that I had gained, my COVID weight. And that's making me happy because I really didn't want to buy new clothes, I just didn't want to buy new clothes. I'm feeling, I've been feeling fine in terms of, my body, and I've been okay with that, but I just didn't want to have to buy new clothes. I didn't want to buy clothes. I'm in the shade. I got a big branch of my tree right there. Anyway, so the side effect is that I have been losing weight. And, it makes me smile. But my concern is I'm going into the Outer Banks with a house full of 15 or 18 other people who are bringing all kinds of foods that I'm attracted to. And so, I'm a little concerned about how I'm going to do carb-wise while I'm there. But one of the things, I think the main reason that I'm losing weight, or that my keto is going so great, and losing weight is, like I said, a marker of that, is that I've stopped having cream in my coffee in the morning. Now, we do intermittent fasting. Hey, pup. Maisie's here. So we, have an eating period, and our eating period is like from 3 to 6:30, sometimes 7, depends on what we're eating. So we, we have, 3 or 4 courses in the course of those 3 hours. But, and intermittent fasting really works. You can do, they call it intermittent fasting, which I find kind of a weird thing but true, when you're asleep, you're fasting. And by fasting, they mean not eating. As opposed to, when I think of fasting, I think of, longer periods of time. But it's, you know, basically time-controlled eating. So we have a 3 or 4 hour window where we're eating. And that window usually starts between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. But putting cream in my coffee breaks that fast. So, you know, when I'm having my coffee black and I don't have any cream, my body has no, you know, is fasting from 7 o'clock at night until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it has many hours to do its thing. And there are some really important processes that your body does when it's fasting as opposed to feeding. And those are things that I want my body to do. You can look up autophagy. But anyway, so I think one of the major, this is a very long story to tell you, this is a major component of my success in my keto diet lately, is not taking cream in my coffee. Now, I don't like black coffee. There's where we're going here. I don't love black coffee. But my coffee system that I use, the AeroPress, I've been enjoying the coffee well enough. Let's just say I've been enjoyed it enough as much as I enjoy tea, which I like black tea, and I could be drinking tea instead of coffee to get my caffeine because, you know, caffeine. So anyway, my AeroPress works for me to make me a black coffee that I enjoy drinking black. And I want to continue to do that when we're on vacation. The problem is the house-made coffee, the coffee we make at the house in the Mr. Coffees, I really don't like to drink black. So I thought about bringing my AeroPress, but the deal with the AeroPress, it's very important that the water be 170 degrees. Now we have a hot water, an electric kettle, that has the degrees because, you know, there are certain teas, oolong tea, green tea, you know, all have an ideal temperature for the water and, you know, rather than just boil. So we have one of those, and so I can just make my water 170 degrees and it's no problem. We are not bringing that to the Outer Banks. So I'm not sure my AeroPress will do the trick. Dennis said, you know, try to figure out how long it takes to cool, blah, blah, blah. So what I did was I bought this, which unfortunately, I'm like the world's worst videographer. I just did this before I started recording my vlog. I should have done it after. But anyway, this came yesterday, and it is a tall, thin cylinder of metal with holes in it because it's a filter, essentially, a metal filter that you stick inside a mason jar or a water bottle or something like that. I'm using a mason jar. And it's cold brew coffee, and so I have just started my tomorrow's coffee. I will show you what the filter looks like tomorrow after I'm done using it for the first time, and because I want to see if it's cold brewed, will I enjoy drinking it black? Because if so, then this and a mason jar is what I'm bringing to the Outer Banks, because it just uses room temperature water. So we shall see. My guess is I'm going to like it. But you will find out with me tomorrow. And then I can show you the gizmo and the whole thing. But meanwhile, I already put it in a mason jar, and the mason jar is already cloudy, so you can't see the filter at all. So there was nothing to show you because I got carried away, and well, it's Dennis's fault because I forgot to open this yesterday, and he's, oh, wait a minute, you didn't open your thing. Do you mind if I open it? I want to take a look at it. So, you know, because he's always very curious about everything. So I will tell you tomorrow how this coffee tastes and what I think and if it's going to work for me on our vacation. Because universal design fits inside most 16 to 32 ounce wide mouth water bottles. Now I am using the mason jar option, but I think it's going to work. Anyway, so that's a very long way to say I bought this cool portable cold brew coffee filter and I'm testing it out, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Meanwhile, I'm just having my regular coffee. So there you go. So yesterday I got halfway through doing my lemons. I peeled them, but I didn't squeeze them. So I will be squeezing lemons today. Dennis was going to make the solyanka today, but I think he changed his mind and is going to do something with his wine that needs to be done before he leaves. And so we're just puttering around. The Eagles are on TV at 1 o'clock. The Eagles are the Philadelphia football team. And Dennis's brother Gary always texts him to inform us of times and things for sports he thinks his mother would enjoy. So we'll see if she wants to stay upstairs and watch the Eagles. And yeah. So puttering in the kitchen today, and we got to get her out here because it is really beautiful, and we haven't had much deck time in a while. We haven't seen any hummingbirds in a while either, but not being on the deck, you know, is part of the reason perhaps that we haven't seen any hummingbirds. But my guess is they've gone south. So we'll see. But if we're out here, we can kind of tell because it really is really, really lovely. So puttering in the kitchen. Puttering in the kitchen. I read some last night. Yeah. Yep. I didn't knit at all, though. Pearl's making herself known here. And I hope I knit today because the forecast for our week in North Carolina is it's going to be chilly. So, Pearl. So Isabel can use a sweater, her Montrealer. So I want to at least get all the sweater part done, even if I haven't gotten the eye done, because I can do the eye down there. And so I am going to start working on finishing the sweater, which really doesn't have a lot to go, and putting together their go bags to I'm sure they're going to bring a lot of things for the girls to do. Plus, they have their devices. I mean, they could sit all day and do their devices. So, it occurred to me that I might be able to take my laptop and play Netflix on my laptop, and my Netflix might allow me to do that. And if that's the case, then the girls could sit and watch One Piece on my laptop. In fact, there's a cozy little, you know, tiny sitting area just off the 3rd floor, which is where we all gather. It has 2 comfy chairs, and I bet I can find a plug. And the chairs are really close together, so the girls could sit in those chairs and watch my laptop if they wanted to do that. So we'll see. They may not be as excited about One Piece as I am, so we'll find out. Anyway, that's it. Oh, so beautiful out here. The wind has just picked up a little bit, blown a couple of pieces of plastic off the table, which I will retrieve. And I keep turning my head. This is the way the sun is. Oh. The last hurrah, I think. Who knows, by the time we come back from the Outer Banks. And we'll only be back a couple days, and Christy and Rich and Wicket will be here visiting, and that'll be fun. I did reschedule my hair appointment to the 1st week of November. I don't want to risk getting COVID when I'm going to be with so many members of my family. If I'm going to get COVID, I guess I'll get it from them. I don't want to be the one giving it. That's my thing. So, anyway, I guess I'm going. I've been rambling a long time and hardly said anything except I bought this new cool thing to make my coffee. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please. I did have bad news yesterday. Karen and Frank aren't coming to the Outer Banks. I'm so sad. But I'm excited for them. They can't come because they have a grandchild who's been scheduled during our week. Rats. But, oh my gosh, their second grandchild. Their first grandson. So, it's exciting for them. And I understand, but it's a shame because I was looking forward to going to the yarn shop with her. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane. Oh, Karen, I hope you don't mind me saying that.